Good morning. We're back again. It is Saturday, December 26th, and the reason why we're making this video, this is actually inspired by my family. They had called us on yesterday, um, and they know that we're into more alternative or healthy eating or lifestyle, um, and my father, he wanted to know more information because he wants to eat more healthy in regards to, it's more, to me it's a little bit more of a vanity thing for him, but to me that's a start because you got to start somewhere. I'm just happy that they came to us and you know wanted to incorporate more healthy habits into their diets, and I understand, not everybody is going to eat the same things or do the same things because it's just based off of your lifestyle and what you prefer. But I think it's important to at least know where you can start or whatnot. So especially with it being the holidays and you get around family, and a lot of times I know, particularly in the black community, um, I know where I'm from down south, with the holidays, you eat a lot of starch, you eat a lot of meat, and a lot of starch. Um, and there are vegetables, but a lot of times the vegetables are very cooked. A lot of times it's highly seasoned with a lot of salt, um, and it's just so different. It's different than what I eat now, and it takes longer for your body to digest it, and you may notice that you get tired or you might have the itis or whatnot. So, and a lot of times I know that after the new year, a lot of people want to get back on track and they want to um, actually, you know, eat healthier. And we want to give like some pointers on how to stick to it and what you can do to, incorporate it more into your diet, of course. And you want to say something?
I think a big key is doing things gradually. A lot of people who I know who are successful, which includes myself and my wife, we cut things out one thing at a time. It's not like we wake up one morning and say, "Hey, I'm vegan" or "I'm raw vegan." I would always suggest to people who are on a standard American diet, maybe to cut out sodas and chips, or maybe to stop eating after a certain time, or maybe to incorporate salad once a day or salad with every meal. So that's one thing we always encourage people to do is do things gradually, and to add, when you taking away things, also add positive things. Because if you wake up one morning and say, "Hey, I want to do this," and it's extreme from what you're used to doing, I feel like you're gonna have a harder time making that transition successfully.
Oh, I definitely agree with that because that's what I did personally. I didn't just started one day just stop eating meat and one day just stop eating dairy or whatever. I had to make first a conscious decision that this is what I want to do or whatnot, and then I started cutting it out. And he actually helped me with that. He talked about the variety of vegetables and fruits and things that he likes to eat, and slowly and surely I started cutting out the meat. I first started with beef. I really wasn't big on eating the beef at that time, so I cut off the beef and the pork, and then I started cutting off the chicken, and then the seafood too. And it took me about a month to cut all of that portion out of it, and I think when you get to a certain point, and if you're ready for it, it just gets easier. You don't desire it as much. I just feel like it's just based off of where you're at, and I feel like that's the most important thing, is to start where you're at and don't feel the pressure of having to just go cold turkey and to go from one extreme to another, because you also have to think about your body and how your body has to get used to the gradual changes, because once you start removing things from your diet that you're used to eating, your body's going to be like, what's going on? And you're going to have side effects, on different types of side effects, and it may make you feel like, oh well, maybe I need to be eating the very thing that I thought that I don't need to be eating anymore, because now that I'm not eating it, I feel tired. I feel lethargic. I just don't feel right. My stomach hurts and things of that nature. But I just think that's your body, getting used to, you know, that not getting, you're not eating that anymore. It's just you're getting used to it. Because trust me, once you start eating more whole foods, once you start eating more organic food, or just incorporating more fruits and vegetables, and cutting out, like he said, the sodas and the chips, and eating out. That's another big thing. Eating a lot of processed foods. Once you cut all of that out and then you try to eat it again, you're going to feel the difference, and you're going to be like, no. Because even as being a vegan for a while, even when I eat certain things that are still vegan, but it may be the junk food vegan, sometimes when I go back and eat that again, I'm like, I feel funny. I'm like, oh no. I know that I've elevated in the level of my diet, and that I need to, fall back on that. I don't need that anymore. But yes, that's a good point. So.
Also, I think it's important to have support. I said this in another video, but if you have other people, as far as family or friends, who are believe in a more healthier lifestyle, I think it's important to link yourself with them. Learn from their experiences, and not be on this journey on your own. There's a lot of good information on YouTube. There's a lot of good health books out. Now, so I would say definitely find the support that you need, because if you're doing it by yourself, it becomes a little bit more challenging. But if you have family and friends you can lean on, and they can lean on you, it makes the journey a lot easier.
Yes, and it's supposed to me, I feel like the journey was very fun for me. And I'm still learning. I feel like I'm still on the journey, and the journey for me now is to, I'm learning more about raw foods, because with learning about more raw foods, I'm learning that there's so many fruits and vegetables that I have not eaten, and that I'm still learning about. And especially when you watch, different shows and things of that nature, and you see how the other, countries or whatever have different types of fruits and vegetables that grow naturally over there, and you're like, I've never seen that before. Like, we were watching something yesterday, and it was an avocado, but it was like orange or something. I was like, that's different. I've never seen an avocado that was like orange. But to me, it's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be, something that's just dreadful or whatever. A lot of times when people think about eating healthy, they think of boring or whatever. And to me, that's absolutely not true. To me, it's tapping in more into the creative side, because a lot of times I felt like, for me personally, when I was eating just a standard American diet, I kind of just stuck with the same foods. But when you start removing like the dairy, like for me, because I'm vegan, I don't eat meat, and it's a plant-based diet. I don't eat dairy or anything like that. So you have to learn how to be creative and how to substitute things, and you kind of start getting out your comfort zone, and learning more about all kinds of different foods that I know I didn't even exist. So to me, I tapped more into the creativity. I started cooking more, because a lot of times you have to, because you just have to be careful. You can't just eat any and everything, because there's sometimes that restaurants or whatever will say that this is vegan, or this is vegetarian, and then you bite into it and you're like, something ain't right about this, because I'm feeling funny. But to me, it's not supposed to be boring. It's not boring, it can be very fun and uplifting. Um, but is there anything else?
No, we think we covered a lot of good points.
Okay, but yeah, but oh yeah, and another thing is like a way you can start, and I think this is a good point that my dad brought up yesterday. He was like, "You think I should write down a plan of what I'm gonna eat?" I'm like, "Yes, that's definitely that's a good start, especially if you feel like you might be easily influenced, not influenced, easily influenced into um, reverting back to where you don't want to be. I say that it's very good to write down a list, because that helps you remember. It kind of like rewires your mind, and you can make a list of things that you want to eat for the week, or incorporate into your diet. But definitely write down the list, and also make sure that um, um, you incorporate like salads, and you incorporate like smoothies, and start from there. But that's all I have to say for right now. There's a lot more that I can talk about, but thank you for watching, and thank you for taking the time to be on our channel. And like I've said in a previous video, um, you can follow us on Tumblr at Infinite Nature, and also on YouTube at Infinite Nature. It's all one word. But thank you once again, and have a great day.